Your mind calculates, but your heart knows that all the answers you've been searching for you aren't in the books and they're already beating inside of you. Hey guys, it's John sitting here in the studio having a fabulous day, drinking a mug of water. Mhm. I wanted to talk about this concept of the knowledge within you. I often tell people that God speaks to us in feelings, not thinkings. Well, the feelings are the feelings of the heart. It's what we believe to be true. When people reference the heart, it's usually speaking their truth. It's what they believe inside themselves. The story of Adam and Eve talks about they ate from the tree of knowledge. They got kicked out of paradise. They got in their heads and out of their feelings. The heart is the feelings. You notice how when you say paradise or the feelings, we touch our heart because that's the natural reaction. But this feeling that we have within our core, it is our intuitive nature. It's our intuitive center. The Heart Math Institute shows that the heart leads the brain in emotional processing. We tend to do things from the heart more than from our mind or from our head. My friend Jeshua taught that love is the highest spiritual frequency. Love one another as I have loved you. Heart versus mind, the great misalignment. This concept that our mind is overcoming what we're feeling in our heart, or vice versa. The mind is constantly looking for safety and security because it's coming from assessing the world as a threat or not. It's assessing from the fight or flight response. The heart just seeks the feeling of truth, and the feeling of truth comes with ease and comfort. The mind clings to logic like it's on a life raft. The heart moves through knowing, from following your own beliefs and your feelings. Spiritual growth really requires balancing the mind's reasoning and the heart's resonance. It's coming to a place of understanding that it is working across the aisle, as it were. And Jeshua lived life from the heart. He lived from the feeling of this person, needs compassion, so I'm delivering compassion. Jeshua healed not just by touch, but with compassion. The touch, the concept of touch is taken into the world as a method or modality or technique, but in reality, Jeshua always said it is your faith that heals you, right? But what Jeshua did was he gave a confidence, he gave a belief, he gave a feeling of a place that you can rest in love. He gave you the expression of, oh, I don't have to fear anymore. The Gnostic Gospel of Mary Magdalene says all ailment comes from fear. And Buddha says the secret to enlightenment eradication is the eradication of fear. And Jeshua gave you a place to be fearless. And that defied the logic of the time, because the logic of the time was based upon either Roman rule or Jewish tradition and the laws of Moses, right? But Jeshua ate with the sinners, touched with the lepers. And if you look at the Bible, there's actual quotes where they say, "Why is your master talking to those people?" Because that's what compassion would do. That's what love would do. Love guided him more than any law or any social distinction. But how do we come to that awareness, that heart's wisdom? First of all, you have to set down your fear, because your fear is created through the mind. It's focused on past experience and an expectation that something negative might happen, but fear itself is a journey of the mind. So the first thing you do is exhale, let the air out, because the primal fight or flight response creates anxiety and stress. It gives you the feeling that you can't breathe, but in reality, you're holding air in to have a reserve to run away if you need to, or fight if you need to.
And now, a quick word from our sponsor. Coffee Time with John. This channel runs off coffee, so get your coffee and tea at johnsjoe.com.
When you have those experiences and you feel that negative emotion or that negative feeling come over you, first thing to do is simply exhale and then ask yourself, what's the loving thing to do here? How can I help this person in front of me? Before you respond, place your hand on your heart and go, oh, I should be coming from here, not here. Here, not here, right? From paradise as opposed to the tree of knowledge. The more you do this and the more you get into the practice, your intuition will grow because you'll begin to start trusting your inner feelings. As that intuition grows, the mental chatter goes away and you start to have this experience of, oh, was just the chatter of fear itself. As you start to create more and more of these experiences, make sure you share them with others or write them down for yourself to go back to later. The more you can stay heart centered and more you can stay in the space of I am loving, I am caring, you can just start doing what feels right to you. You can start following the truth. You can start being your way, your truth, and your life, as Jeshua talked about. I am the way, the truth, and the life. He didn't say, I am the way, the truth, and the life, that you must be exactly like me and live like me and da da da. I am the way, the truth, and the life that I'm following. And if you can travel through the world living in a way that's similar to his, you would be delivering love. Back in Jeshua's time walking the earth, he wasn't known as a Christian. Jeshua was teaching the way. It wasn't a doctrine, it wasn't a dogma, it was a feeling. It was, you come to this world to feel love and deliver love and express love, and you do that through living the way of love. True intuition feels like it's calm and grounded, even if it's risky. There's moments in your life where you're like, "Oh, I am doing this," and then something seems contrary to what you're trying to create. In reality, it still feels right. You're like, "Oh, yeah, it's contrary to what I want to create," but so you follow that intuition. You choose to realize that the divinity within you is creating the experience without. And when you start to realize that the more those feelings are aligned with the feelings you want to have around you and surround you, the more those things will surround you because you are creating from that place of feeling as opposed to that place of thinking. You know, Fear shouts and screams and hollers, the heart whispers. It's a feeling of lightness. It's be still and know that I am God, right? That feeling within you that's still and easy and simple. Fear is loud and abrasive, and it makes you not have clarity of thought. It gives you this space of struggle. You know, when you have those moments of struggle, when you have those moments of doubt, exhale. Simply lean into the feeling of letting your body relax and letting the air out. What happens? The peace that's always within you reemerges. It shows up. There's many stories of people who left a toxic job because they started following their heart and doing the things. In my life, I have followed my bliss. I became a Renaissance Festival performer. I became a spiritual speaker. I became a corporate speaker. I became a college professor. I became a spiritual YouTuber. Every time I'm just following my heart, doing what feels right to me in the time. My own experience of trusting my intuition over logic has given me an amazing life. The things that I've done, I've done more things in my life than most people will do in 10 lifetimes. And it's all because I just simply chose to believe that these things were happening and put my heart behind it, right? Keep yourself heart centered. Remind yourself, that I'm living a life of love. And the more you lead with that love, then the more the people around you will be led by that love, and they'll start to create loving lives of their own. And do you honor your heart's inner voice? That inner voice is a feeling, not a language. It's a feeling. I feel this expression. If nature is your jam, then get out in nature and get to that place that makes you feel like you're touching God or in that expression. Going to an old movie does that for you, then that's for you. If working in your workshop it does that for you, then that's for you. Do the things that your heart wants to do, and your heart has always known the way. It's not a backup plan; it's a divine compass that you were born with. You were born with this ability to follow your passion, to follow your heart, to follow your life. People say, "I don't know what my passion is." Yes, you do. It's the things that make you happy. It's the things that make you laugh. It's people look for passion and purpose with the identity of it needs to serve blah blah blah. Well, just being loving in general is the greatest service you can possibly be. Follow the compass towards love and tell the compass it is love. And that's my thought on this. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya.